Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is Sunderland, it is Bright Lights, it is episode 87 of Bright Lights, and we're here with you today with the most important episode yet. It is crunch time in Group G, and if we don't beat Porto today, it is all but over. If we look at Group G, as it stands, we're currently 3 points behind Porto. If we were to win today, we jump them on results against teams because we did draw against Porto last episode. As you can see, we did lose the PSG first match day. We did beat Bronby 3-0. We drew with Porto 1-1 in a very tight game. We have to win today or else we are out of the Champions League. That has big ramifications because one of the first things that come to mind is Adrian has a promise that we will get to the latter stages of the Champions League this season. If that doesn't happen, we're going to lose our key man, and he's been sensational and is the main reason why we are currently top of the Premier League. Since we last met, we did play 2 games. Bournemouth we beat 3-2, and Spurs we won 3-0. It's been a great run of it at the moment. As we try to hold back a sneeze, we'll deal with that in a sec. But at the moment, though, we haven't been great, but we've been good. We were great against Spurs. Anyhow, this is one of the best Porto sides that Porto has assembled. Julio Cesar is obviously a very good Brazilian striker that is not played for Brazil yet. If we go and look at Henry, who's coming back from injury, he might not play today. He is a Brazilian striker that's got 2 caps for Brazil. They've got a very good back line. You got Wilfred Ndidi, who's a world-class midfielder that's still elite at 29. Lincoln's not a bad player. They've got quite a good squad, does Porto. And look, we've put ourselves in this position because we weren't good enough against PSG. However, PSG were meant to lose, but not meant to lose heavily, and we couldn't beat Porto away at Porto. So now we have to beat them at home. That's the team we're going to go with, though. It is going to be Smith, it's going to be Miranda, going to be Daniel, going to be Ives, going to be Miranda, going to be Dosset, going to be Arthur, Haller and No, Nakamura and Adrian. I'm going to quickly go blow my nose before I will have absolutely everything going everywhere. So we're back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. It is going to be Sunderland. It's going to be Porto. It's going to be Bright. It's going to be episode 87. The most important episode of them all at the moment because it is crunch time in the Champions League. And if we don't win today, we're all but out of the Champions League. I'll see you in just a second. We're back, boys. We're back. We're not just back. I've made a change. I'm going 4-1-2-1-2. I sat there, I blew my nose, I came back and I said, you know what, guys? I couldn't not go into it. Look, we can beat Porto, but I feel like we have to go out there, we have to score, we have to be positive, we have to win. This worked against Madrid. Would you be wrong in me for thinking like this? I'm going to go with it. We need to beat Porto. We need to go for it. I know I lined up in a 4-2-3-1, but I'm going to change it. And the only reason I'm going to change it is I just know that we have to win this game. We have to go on top of Porto. We have to get a couple goals ahead because of how well they counter-attack. I just need to win this game. It is so bad how badly we need to win. In the depths, this is so important. This is so important for the save in general because if we don't get through, we lose Adrian. We're going to have to sell him. There's no way to keep him happy. If we don't get through, it's at least another year that we have to go and try and win the Champions League, which is fine. But going out in the group stage, we're going to have to play in the Europa League and then try and win the Premier League like that. We can't. It does not happen. We have to go out there and play well. Look, I'm going to go crazy here. I'm just going to say, look, press everybody and tightly mark both centre-backs because we're playing 2 up front. And look, weaker... right foot for Johnny, left foot for Casillas, and Lincoln. We're just going to always man mark and try to his weaker foot. We need a goal. We need to be positive, and I've decided to go with a tactical change. We did this against, Real Madrid when we needed to win at home, and we scored 5. So my thinking is, let's go do that now. Here we go. Come on, lads. Can we do it? Hopefully we can. Look. I don't mind about the possession. It's all about if we can go out there and play and if we can break with regularity, which I think we can against Porto anyway. Ronnie Lopez on it. Can we press? Can we win it? We don't. Gomez now. From distance, Smithies does well enough. It was moving. It was a great strike. But good from Smithies. Look, I've made a tactical gamble, but I feel like it's a tactical gamble that could pay off. The 4-2-3-1's been working well. We're currently top of the Premier League. Everything's been working, but obviously against in the Porto game, we knew they'd break very well. So maybe if we can lure them out by us playing on the break, it would work. I'm just fixated over that Real Madrid game, and Dindy goes from distance and wide. that Madrid game changed the way I thought about big games, and maybe with that just a tactical change, something in the works could work. And all of a sudden, Miranda throws it into Alvarine. Can we get the ball into the box? Miranda does get it in there, but Adrian won't get there. In the end, it's long to Daniel. Can we just work it up? Good ball over the top. And no heads on. And Adrian doesn't get up. Does it fall to us? It doesn't. And Dindy now. And here comes Porto. They're so good on the break. Can we whip it off in Dindy's feet? We don't. Galliano now. He goes long. Surely Ives heads to them. Okay, not a problem. What an idiot. Gomez now. Watch him score because we made one defensive mistake. Casillas on it. Still Casillas. Maybe from distance he hits it and it was wide just. The good initial press to delay Casillas' effort was enough there, but not enough from us. Anyway, free kick. Adrian hits it. He doesn't miss from a dead spot. And it's that boy again. Golden boot winner. Nicholas fucking Adrian. We're 1-0 up. And as things stay as we are through to, well, we're not through to the next round, but we are second and it'll be in our hands. Anyway, look. Massive, massive goal from Nicholas Adrian. We're playing on the break, so we can nullify Porto's break. And at the moment, we got that one goal. Can we find a second, though? Miranda into Alvari. Alvari now, he's been in good form and deserved his start. Finds Miranda, ball in, headed away, and no won't get on it. Falls to Dosek. Dosek, no, he's got numbers forward. Miranda likes a cross. Miranda to the byline, cuts at the back. Hala, it's Adrian, he's flicked it in, it's 2-0. What anticipation from Adrian. What a moment of brilliance. And we're 2-0 up against Porto. And just like that, bang, bang, Nicholas Adrian, golden boot winner, one of the best strikers in world football, has dragged us from the depths of despair, from a 0-0, from a game that's fizzling out, from a deflected shot. He just reacted and volleyed. It was just instinctive. And we're 2-0 up, and we're currently flying towards that second spot. Can we find another goal here? Haller now gets it inside. Still with Haller. Running inside. He's been in a few. Haller, would have been one of the greatest goals in Champions League history. He picked it up from halfway and he went on a Diego Maradona run. Unfortunately, the keeper foiled him. Can we make it 3-0 from the corner? Backstick headed away. Can we get on it? No, Daniel heads on as far as Dosek. Can Dosek find a shot? He doesn't. Haller again. All over him all of a sudden. It just seems like in big games where we need to win, or we need goals, this 4-1-2-1-2 provides them. However, when this 4-1-2-1-2 plays in a game where, 75th minute we need a goal, it doesn't work. Alvarez there, it's free. We thought there was a pointless highlight. That's why I was rambling on. But Alvarez made it free, and Porto cannot cope with the counter-pressing system of the 4-1-2-1-2. We saw in the 4-3-3 that there was a little bit of a... the 4-2-3-1 in the first leg, that there was a lot of space for Porto to break because we didn't play with a 6. We've played a 6. We've played on the break. We sat a lot deeper. We're not allowing Porto the space in behind. That killed us in the first leg, and it seems to work. But Gomez is there, and that would have been a way back into it for Porto. Porto know that a draw is probably good enough to get them through the group stage because they have Bronby still to play. For us, we know we have PSG still to freaking play after this before we play Bronby, and that game's going to decide it. Look, I'm very happy with the way things are going. Keep it up. The only problem is that we obviously know that Bronby are going to lose to Porto, and Porto will go back ahead of us. But if PSG beat Porto, we will be fine because we'll go through an away goals. Smithies, what a save! He's wound back the clock, ladies and gentlemen. He's wound back the freaking clock. Get behind the goals. What a freaking save from Alex Smithies in goals. He probably doesn't even know how it's ended up here. And he's made himself big. It's a tackle. It's hit everything. And Smithies just sticks out a leg. Unbelievable save from the goalkeeper to keep his clean sheet. It's Mr. Smithies at it again. And we're still 3-0 up to the good. It's another highlight though straight away. An early goal would send absolute shivers down my spine as Casillas gets inside, hits it over the bar. That's fine. Just got to limit Porto to long-range efforts. And if we do, we'll be fine. They've had no space to break in behind. This deeper system has worked. We're 3-0 up after 55 minutes. We are playing very well. In terms of changes, we could make a change here for maybe a No. No's not having his worst game out there, not his best. I'm going to just let it tick away here for a bit. We'll make it in like the 70-odd odd and start wasting a little bit of time with changes. Dosek heads away, but only as far as Pereira. Pereira now, still on the ball. Pereira from distance, well wide. We're forcing them from distance. It is good. It's solid from us. PSG only 3-0 up. That's a bit of a shock. We are going to actually get a No off. But what we are going to do is we are going to bring in, his name is going to be Arthur. And we're going to go to a little bit more deeper. Just to try and just sit in the hole. Just try and absorb a little bit more pressure. But still create an attacking outlet if needs be. Time's still ticking away here. Haller with 2 assists, can we say. 80th minute, we should be home and hosed. With that in mind, Durant Miguel's going to come in there for Dosek. Like for like. Dosek's had a great game. He's had a solid game at a 6.9. But we just here to waste time now. Morano into Haller. Haller now with the ball. Back into Morano. Whips it blocked. Falls to Miguel. Miguel switch a play to Miranda. He's up the field. Early volley in. Other end doesn't win it. Pereira. Maybe this is the first time we can see Porto on the break. And you can see how many numbers they've fled forward. There's not too much space in behind. But that's a ball to Ronnie Lopez. Lopez is in. And it's 3-1. Porto have 6 minutes plus added time to score 2. And all of a sudden, you know, shivers run down your spine a little bit, but we should be home and hosed. I'm going to switch to defensive and just go to that. I'm also going to then go to team instructions and just tell us to, out of possession, just go a little bit more deeper, set off the opposition, prevent shorter distribution, still use some tighter marking to kind of man mark, but we're going to move to that. And it's a free kick to Adrian, though. Can he put the game towards bed? In the end, he doesn't. Nakamura will, though. Poor keeping from Benitez. He tried to knock it back down into his hands. He didn't. And Nakamura was alive to it. Benitez has been made to pay. It's 4-1. It's game over. It doesn't matter what Porto do now. We are going to be second on goal, on results against teams, as we are going to win this game. We are going to make one last change, just to make sure it stays 4-1. Adrian's had a great game. I'm just going to get him off here. We're going to bring in Kim Jan, or maybe like Van Dijk. Van Dijk has complained a little bit about football. We'll just go to that. It doesn't matter. We're just here to race time here. Van Dijk comes on. It's game over. We've won 4-1 here against Porto. What a huge game that is in terms of the Champions League. It was crunch time. This will go down as one of the most important games of our history. You want to know why? To keep this man, the man that scored a double, the man that is called Nicolas Adrien, the man that's wanted by 100-odd million from a lot of clubs around of Europe's top elite clubs, because he's an elite striker, and we need to keep him happy by keeping him at the club and getting to the later stages of the Champions League, which I think we can do if we get out the group, because we can match it with the best on our day. We didn't show it against PSG, but can we show it against PSG in the next game? It's going to be such a big game, and I'll see you for that episode in just a second. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, YouTube. Part 2 of episode 87 of Bright Lights with Sunderland. And it is part 2 of the biggest episode of the series so far. I'm going to start with this screen here. Under 18s just beat PSG, under 19s 1-0, which is a great result. And hopefully that bodes for us in this Champions League game that we will obviously go and get a result against PSG. We are at home, and we're a different beast at home than what we are away from home. As things stand in the group, we are currently we're currently in prime spot. We are 2 points behind PSG. If we somehow miraculously win, we'll be on top of them. We will top the group as things stand with a game to go against Bronby. If we were to lose or draw, it would be not the worst result. But the big one is Porto play 2 hours before us. They play right now before we get out there. So we're going to know our fate beforehand. That is huge for us because obviously with Bronby being up last, we know we're going to win. But if Porto do win that game, which you imagine they will, you would say that we need PSG to win on the final day for us to get through. Unless we beat PSG, and then we just need any result for us to get through in as long as a win on the final day. It would be any result to get through. Look, the Porto game was the biggest part of this episode. We had to beat Porto to give us a chance to get out the group. Now it's time to see what we can do against PSG, knowing that a very good performance here today would get us out the group, more than likely. Are we going to beat PSG? Look, I would imagine not. And it's going to come down to that Bronby game, and that will be the last part of this episode. It is currently 12:15 at night. Everyone's asleep. Everybody has work tomorrow apart from me. I don't care. I'll sit here until this is done because I can't go to sleep. I've tried to already and I can't. But let's get into this PSG game. We can't afford to go out there and lose big. But if Bronby could do us a favour right now, that would be huge. They didn't. They got done 8-0. Look, goal difference doesn't matter. We would win. We're still on head of Porto if we were to win. Anyhow, that does mean, though, if we don't win today, we do lose. If Porto were to get a draw against PSG, they would both go through, and that would suit both teams, right? If PSG were to win today, they know if Porto and PSG played out a 0-0 draw, all nicety, we would go out because Porto would finish second there through the group, and PSG would top the group. Look, I'm not going to say that's going to happen if we were going to lose today, but look, we're currently top of the Premier League. Since we last met, we have played a couple of games. We played a crazy game against Arsenal. Nearly forgot. We beat Arsenal, West Ham 3-2, and then 4-4 in a game that was crazy. We were 2-0 down before we got it back to 2-2, and within 12 minutes, so we were 3-2 up. Within 4-2 up, we conceded 84th minute free kick to Fekir and a 92nd minute corner. it left me a little bit feeling sick because we were on top and probably deserved to have scored about 8 or 10 goals in this game. You know, if Chelsea did that to us and Chelsea scored 7, so, you know, of course we don't score 7 there and beat Arsenal. It's not the worst result. We are still top by a point. But let's get into it today, and we're going to keep that same starting 11 apart from a couple. We rested Dosek, we rested Daniel for this game against PSG. Everybody, and we also rested Moreno if Moreno wants to come back in. Everybody's ready and willing to get out there now. Can we go and do the goods? Can we go win this game? Or is it going to be PSG getting through the group, topping the group, and really selling to everybody they're the best team in Europe? Like they are. They won the Champions League last year. Look, I'm looking for a good performance. I'm not looking to get beat 4-0, 5-0 or whatever. I'm looking just to play well. They haven't even started Mbappe. Mbappe might actually be injured here. Neymar starts though this time around. Murillo's really freaking good, by the way. It doesn't really matter. A player we nearly signed back many, many moons ago on a free, but we couldn't get a work permit for. What is new? But here we are. We're obviously going to go with what we know best, and that's the 4-2-3-1. I'm not going to go play 4-1-2-1-2 because unlike the last game where against Porto, where we knew they played well off the break, or you know that Porto played well off the break, so we could nullify the vote by playing at 6. PSG are a side that play not just off the break, but they play long ball. They like to run at you, so the deeper you sit, they're going to run behind you. I will run it at you. You got wings like Neymar that's going to run at you. You've got creative midfielders. They've got so many threats that I feel like our best complete performance could be in the 4-2-3-1. Whereas Porto is a really good counter-attacking side. So if you can nullify that, we're going to probably beat Porto. Here it's different. It's PSG. They just won the whole thing. What I am going to do is I am going to do this. I'm going to go and set us all up to press them. I don't care. I don't have any respect for them. I don't care who they are. Unlike the last league where we tried to respect who they were, I'm just going to go and tell them all to just show everybody on their weaker foot. You know, just go out there and try to be the best we can, boys. Try to keep the ball. See if we can actually work a result. Could you imagine if we went 1-0 up in this game? Anyhow, it's Porto. It is PSG in the black, and it is us in the red. Can we go produce a performance, or is PSG going to show why they are the Champions League winners of last season and really show why they are so good? I still think that every big side in Europe that comes to us fears coming to our ground because of what we did in Madrid last year. We have proven that at home we're a different beast than away from home. Can we do that today as Dembele runs forward on the break and here goes Jesus? Just there's such a good counter-attacking side is Porto. Great tackle from Daniel, but what we are at home, we're very good on the break. We're very good at keeping the ball, and Adrian, though, can't get on that one. Ives wins the header by only as far as Asensio, and just in this 4-4-2, PSG just win every ball. You make a challenge, they get it back. It's just horrible. Murillo's in there, and he's hit the bar, and it's still 0-0 just in the 15th minute. Look, this game's huge. The next few games are huge. In the league, every game in the league is an FA Cup final for us if we want to win the league. But the Bronby game's massive, and it's massive because we need results to go our way on the final day to get through the group, and we hope that we can. Or we could beat PSG here, and it's currently 0-0. We've actually created 5 chances. We haven't seen a chance from us. But in this 4-2-3-1, we know we can not control the game against PSG, but we know we can do a little bit more. It's a tight cuff for Moreno. We do have, we did have Burgess on the bench. I took him off the bench to bring on King, who can definitely change a game if needs be, and I expected to be down and needing to change the game. At 0-0, I would bring Burgess on here just to make sure Moreno doesn't pick up a long-term injury. Look, I'm far from pleased what I saw from the team is what I'm going to say. I'm not far from pleased because I know 0-0 was a good result at halftime against PSG. But if we can fire up the boys, really get them to focus on being as creative as possible, get the ball in and around Adrien, and create moments, maybe we can pitch a 1-0 win here against PSG. And we do have the ball up our end, and it's Miranda, throws in a Dosek. Can Dosek put a good ball in? Finds a no, Arthur. He's got a good shot in. Arthur, straight up, really, it was the chance. It was the chance, boys. That would have been it. That would have been 1-0. Instead, they go long, and Jesus over the... Oh, don't you dare do it. Smithies, what a save. Just get there, clear it. Good, boys. Smithies down the other end with a great save. But just like that, they win every ball. It's PS freaking G. Adrian doesn't win it, but it falls to Nakamura. Dosek now. Can we create here? Arthur. Here we go, Dosek again, into Nakamura out wide. He runs inside, finds Eno in the space, in the hole. Eno, it is a good ball out. It is a good ball to Moreno. He pushes forward, whips it in, backstick, Nakamura! It's Frugally, it's in. We're 1-0 up against PSG. We're 1-0 up against PS freaking G. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Is this real life? PSG champions of Europe last season. They have come here, and we are 1-0 up. And as things stand, we would be top of our group with Bronby to play. Oh my days. We're just going to let time tick away here. We'll go defensive a little bit later on, but, you know, we're playing so well, and PSG have to come out and play now. And if we can maybe, you know, find another goal, I would happily take it. But, you know, this is PSG. I don't want to fight. Anyway, Moreno heads it into Dosek. Brilliant. Moreno now. We've pressed up well here to win this ball high, and we have. And Arthur with the ball. I tell you what, Adrien has space. He could have played Adrien. Instead, he went the other side, and here comes PSG on the break. Just a poor choice from Eno. The ball out to Murillo. Murillo's in 1v1. Can Smithy save us? Oh, he's hit the bar again. It's the second time Murillo's hit the bar. Falls the Tonali. It's not over yet. Pino, who obviously is a world-class centimetre, didn't play the first league. Not like they missed him. We get away with it here. It's another highlight. Can we build from the back, or is it going to be PSG? Dosset picks it up. Dosset back to Smithy. Smithy now goes second line long, looking for Haller. Great kick out from Smithy. Still got his distribution. Moreno, Haller. Can he look inside? He does find Arthur, who turns his boy over the top. Adrien, what a touch. He's 1v1. Adrien! I don't care that it's 12 fucking 15 at night. I do not care. We're 2-0 up against PSG. Oh my days. Stadium of Light is where the champions have come to get slayed. We did it to Madrid last year, and now we're doing it to PS fucking G. We're top, boys. We're top of the group. We could potentially send PSG, the champions of last season, to the Europa League. 78 minutes played, and it would be dumb of me now not to make a change. Oh my days. My nose is running big time, but who cares? Oh, Nakamura's picked up a knock. I don't care. What do we do? Durant Miguel for Nakamura. We probably go to a little bit more of a diamond. We have to bring a defensive midfielder out here. On defend. We go to that. Probably going to go to a little bit more defensive. And we got to go to a little bit more of a lower tempo and waste more time whenever possible. Be a little bit more disciplined. In terms of playing with a higher line, that would be dumb now. We need to just sit off. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Still look depressed though, and get stuck in because you don't really care now. We might go to that, and then try and maybe get another midfielder on here for Haller, and get who's a bit more of a defensive minded midfielder. There's no one really. We could get Godin in, swap Harfer into here, and get Godin playing as a Mazzala on support because got a bit of work rate, deep line playmaker there as well, and defend. Dosset can come actually into here. We could go really defensive and go like that and just play an anchor man. I feel like that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to very, very, very narrow. Going to slow down the pace, hold our shape, regroup, and obviously get stuck in and just change it up. Go defensive, play. That could work against our favour. You know, it will invite pressure from PSG, but we're going to just try and nullify anything. We're going to leave one change here for late doors as the ball comes in. Smithies, he punches, and no now. Look, I don't want them to have the ball. A good challenge from Eno before the Melita. Neymar's in. He's put it wide, thank God. PSG have missed 3 or 4 clear-cut chances, and we are 2-0 up. It's 12:25 at night. I don't care. I'll scream if I have to if we get through here. And I'll tell you what, we've been good value. 10 shots, 8. 55% possession. It's not that we've been poor. I'm going to move the very defensive now. I'm just going to try everything to shut up shop here. And there we go. Time is ticking away. 86 minutes played. I would love to make one more change, but at the same time, I want to make that change as late as possible. 88th minute. I'm going to get a shout out here to concentrate. We need to concentrate. We need to win this game. We need to see it out from here. We can't afford to concede 2. Neymar now with the ball. Whips it in backstick. Sterling with the header. He's hit the post. It's hit Smithies. And in the end, it has gone out for a corner. And PSG need to score from this corner. I'm telling everybody to concentrate. Come on, boys. Ball's in. Headed away from Daniel. And there we go. We've rode our luck in this game, but we've also been good. We're now going to make that last ditch change. Adrian's had a very good freaking game, but off he comes. We're going to get Van Dijk out there. We're going to just put him as a covering defender, just to sweep up those long balls over the top. And can we not concede 2 goals in the last couple of minutes? Time's ticked away. We've beaten freaking PSG, boys. We've done it. That's us probably out the group. All we have to do on the final fucking day is beat Bronby. We will top the group. What do we witness? The champions of last year, the European Cup champions, PSG, have come to the Stadium of Light, and we've shown them the door. We said this is our home, this is our time, and when our backs are up against the wall, we come good. We did it against Porto, and now we've done it against PSG. Unfreaking believable, lads. We've got Bronby coming up to end this episode. Will we top the group? Will we amazingly lose to Bronby away at Bronby and not even make it out the group? It's all in our hands now. We win the game. Dosek's picked up a knock. I don't care. They're in sensational form. If we go to that Champions League group stage now, we are currently ahead on results against teams, and a win against Bronby means we top the group. Anything less than a win against Bronby means it comes to the results here with PSG and Porto. But I'm pretty sure this means that we are now qualified. Well, it doesn't actually. We could still finish third. Look, it doesn't matter to me. We beat PSG. We should beat Bronby on the final. If we don't beat Bronby, we don't deserve to get out the group. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if we beat Bronby, we will not just get out. We will top the group for the second year in a row as well. I will see you for the final part of this massive episode 87, where we'll be playing Bronby in the next part of the crunch, the big episode, the most important episode of the save. And we will be back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, YouTube. Part 4, final part of episode 87. We are here with the final game in the Champions League group stage, where we got Bronby away from home, and as long as we win this game, we will top the group. We do have to speak about the league form though, and Man United have slipped up, and we are 4 points clear on the top of the table. They lost 2-0 to West Ham. A bit of an interesting performance there from Manchester United, who haven't been at their fluent best, unlike last season. Us, on the other hand, after beating PSG, we haven't really gone that losing form ever since then. We've been on a massive win streak, and we beat Wolves 3-1. We're quite comfortable. Rotated the side heavily. Tim was sensational in that game there, and then against Burnley, we were sensational yet again and won 3-0 quite comfortably, rotating heavily as well, which means everybody's fresh for this Bronby game. What that does mean for next episode is going to be the Man United game, and hopefully, more than likely, probably the Champions League group stage draw for the first knockout round. So we'll bring you that in episode 88. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I've got mum's here. Mum's asleep. She's got work tomorrow. My sister's asleep. She's got work tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is, you just saw there, the group draw was there. For anyone that maybe just needs to remember, we are currently top on results against teams with Porto. And as long as we win today, we cannot be caught in first place. But in terms of doing the draw on this episode or whatever, I'm going to leave the Man United game as a special episode, because it could, really, show our title credentials this season, and it will also allow for us to do the draw and in the morning when no one's home, and we can give it a little bit of excitement. I'm expecting this Bronby game for us to get on top early, to pump them, and then we're going to be quite nice and calm, so we don't wake anybody. But at the same time, if it gets tight, we're going to go wild like we did with the PSG game. We've already been told off once that we were a bit too loud for after midnight. But that does happen, and it's okay. Anyway, we're going to go out there. Been on a good run lately. Just go out there and impress me. I've gone quite full strength. I just don't want no slip-ups. We don't even deserve to be in this position. What I would say is that we do now, because we dug ourselves out of a big hole. But we weren't, we weren't great in that PSG game, that first PSG game that we played, and we weren't at our fluent best against Porto away, but Porto at home, PSG at home, this massive run of forms come through, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm focusing on what we can do today. I don't feel the debates need to be made before the game. All we know is we go out there and we win, we will top the group. We know that if we do lose, as long as PSG win, we will top the group. We won't top the group. We will get through. We know if we do draw, all things are alive. If we were to draw, we'll get it up. The only way I don't think we qualify is if we lose, and it's a draw between Porto and that, because our results against PSG would go down to goal difference. And our goal difference against PSG is worse because they did win 4-0. So if we were to draw tonight or lose, and PSG were to go level on points of us by drawing against Porto, Porto would top the group and PSG would finish second. But as long as we go out here and win, it is not going to be a problem. As Jaro with a great challenge on Nakamura there, and it will fall to Bell. But Nakamura gets in there, scores. It was a mistake by Bell, and that's why we go with this heavy pressure system. We did it out of frustration, really, against Porto, and it worked. We did it then in the league games, and it worked. I did it against PSG, and it worked. So I'm doing it here. And what that means is that we just seem to fight for that second ball. And Bell, before he could even think, Nakamura swooped on him. There's nothing the keeper can do. Nakamura is all of a sudden, I said it in a couple of episodes ago, or last episode, he's been in poor form. He's really started to pick it up of late, even coming off the bench in games he's meant to be rested in and scoring, and just good to have him back in and around. Can we make it 2-0 though and go in the 38th minute and go, a couple goals clear and just really cement ourselves? Moreno there from distance. Oh, my save. Oh, my days. What a save from Euron. And he caught it too. He flew top bins and tucked it out of the air like no tomorrow. Great save. We are looking for a goalkeeper. He's not the worst to finish 33-year-old. He just doesn't have the physicals anymore. He's like Smithies, very good in the shot-stopping abilities, but not really good anywhere else. Smithies has been quite good. Joe Smith's actually started growing again fairly well as well. He played those 2 league games. We did rest Smithies. I'm just really trying to keep Smithies fresh for the big games, and I'm trying to really get to the transfer window. We need to spend big on a goalkeeper. I think it's apparent, but apart from that, we're pretty good. We're only 1-0 up here at half-time though, and that's dangerous for us because any sort of Bronby counter-attack or anything like that, in the game it's squeaky bum time. But if it stays as it is, we would top the group. Nakamura's there though, down the line, good cut back there. Haller's on the volley. And just as we thought, maybe, we need to make sure we lift him. We need to make sure we get a second, start uttering the words of Bronby do this. We go and score the second. And that should really cement our place on top of the group now. I don't see Bronby going to score 3 against us. It's not out of the realms of possibility, of course. But I feel like we're just a really good side and a really good form. We're going to go on top of the group. And, we should really be brushing aside a side like Bronby pretty easily. The main reason the first team's playing this game than playing the Man United game is I've rested them for the last 2 games. So they're okay to play 2 games in 6 days. The ball's cleared away, but only as far as I know. No's there. The one the kid won't miss. Apparently it's offside. And I reckon this is on Adrian for standing in front of the keeper. I just don't see how Adrian is going to affect this. 2 things. A, he's level, it shouldn't be offside. B, he's never saving that ever. And 3, you got a clear side of it. I don't know how Football Manager decided that's offside, but okay. If that was in the game that would mattered more, we would be up in arms. But Risha's now on it, and look, if they were to go down the other end and make it 2-1, I would go up in arms, that they shouldn't even be here. Anyway, though, Haller does win it back, and off we go again with No, who deserved his goal. He's not been in the best of forms, but he did score in the last league game that we played off the bench. Anyway, Adrian gets there, chips it back, Akamura on the volleys, hit the post. It could have been 3-0. It should have been 3-0. We should already be up 3-0. We've had a goal wrongly disallowed for offside, but it doesn't matter too much. We should be home and host here. In terms of latest scores in and around, if we can find the PSG result, and we'll have a look. It's currently 0-0 there, which would mean Porto is getting through the group. We'll go back to Bromby's formation, but it's just interesting to see if maybe we knock PSG out of the Champions League. It would be nice to think that we did. Anyway, the ball falls to Nakamura, who runs inside now. PSG just went 1-0 up, which means they're getting out the group, and Porto will finish first. And No, with a great run into Haller. Haller, good touch. Back stick. Nakamura's going to get there. Back into Miranda. Miranda now finds Dosek. Dosek, who's on a booking, so we're going to take him off in a second. Finds Miranda again. Back into Dosek. And we're just controlling this game so well. I would love to be a little bit more excited and a little bit more about the commentary, but, everyone's asleep as a No gets there. Hits it from distance, but just wide. With that in mind, we're just going to take anyone that's off on a booking just because we don't need to risk it. I'm going to bring Durant Miguel in over there. We played Kante last game and didn't play... and I played him as a box-to-box midfielder, and I forgot to change it back for Arthur. Arthur's had actually a pretty not bad game for someone that is not natural in playing in a box-to-box midfielding role. Anyway, and No picks it up there. His ball in, back stick, headed away. PSG just went 2-0 up, which means PSG getting through the group as well. Would have loved for PSG to go out one less big side that we have to maybe contend with to try and win it this year. But unfortunately didn't happen. That doesn't happen. Anyway, Kim Jan with it into Ives. Ives now with the ball. Back into the ramp, Miguel. Miguel now out there to Miranda. Miranda now inside to a No. And No now good ball to Arthur. Arthur into Adrian, who can probably turn and hit it. He does turn and hit it. What a good save there from Duron in goals. And there we are. I'm actually going to get Kante in as well there for Arthur. I'm just trying to get Kante back from injury. We kind of been not playing Kante ever since he came back from injury. Kind of just sat on the reserves. Not that I didn't realise Kante was there. It was more the fact that, we'd started not playing the reserves because of the poor run of form and stuff. And so Kante really never got back into it. As we do play out with Smithies, who's, distribution, apart from his movement, he's still a sensational goalkeeper. And I still rate Smithies. And Smithies is going to go down as probably my favourite goalkeeper I've ever used on Football Manager. Except for a guy called Aidan Price, which no one of you guys will know how the scores a third. Here, I had him at a Nuneaton saver. He gendered at Nuneaton Vanarama National Premier League potential and stayed with me. And he was great. Anyway, in terms of what everyone's seen in terms of my content creation, Smithies is going to go down hands down as my best ever keeper that I've used. on Football Manager, and I love the guy to bits. And he's still doing a great job and proven by his distribution because he started the move for this goal. We are 3-0 up with Haller, and there we are. There's a highlight from kickoff. I'm actually just going to have a look here and see who's probably not been at their best. Nicholas Adrian hasn't, so I might get Avriel on, who's in talks with a new contract. The reason we're trying to get him on a new contract, he wants a new contract. He's only got 3 years left on his year, and I think his average in league to goals ratio, even though he's been coming off the bench a lot, is like every 88 minutes he scores a goal. As Odegaard's effort is blocked, and we do clear it with Moreno into Haller. Could we go down the other end and make it 4? That would be great. It would be nice to see Adrian score, but it doesn't really matter too much. Haller's been like 3, and Acosta brings him down. It was quite cynical, but it should be okay. That should be the highlight. Avriel comes on, and we should be okay now. Everyone's played a good game, Shouldn't be an injury here. Let's just get through it. Let's just win this game. Let's get into the group stage draw, top of the group, and let's not pick a Real Madrid again. Let's actually be rewarded for topping our group by getting a side that's where we finish second. What a run from Haller. That's the second time that's happened to him in consecutive games where he's gone on an amazing run like Diego Maradona and has hit the post or the keeper saved it. That's unfortunate. We could have been like 5, 6, 7-0 up in this game, but instead 3-0, that's fine. I don't really care how it comes. We have topped the group here though, ladies and gentlemen, and after this corner gets either cleared away or something happens, we will officially be topping the group when the referee blows his whistle. The ball finds its way to Haller, who could cross here. He does. Avery doesn't win it. It's gone out the box. I would imagine the referee's about to blow for it. But we have flipped this Champions League group stage, the Group G, on its head. We had to beat Porto. We went out there. We did the business. We were great at home. We thought we were all going to lose to PSG, and this game would be so much important on if PSG was going to win or not. We then went beat PSG 2-0. It means PSG had to go out and beat Porto, which they've done tonight, to actually get through. But what that means for us is that we've topped the group from nowhere. We've come from nothing. We had 4 points from 3 games, and we have topped the freaking group, ladies and gentlemen. How good is that? I'm very happy with that. The form started coming back into the first team as well. And that is just a thoroughly professional performance. 3 professional performances and 3 times that we have got through in the group. I'm actually going to send the assistant to that one there because I am dead tired. It's 1:08 a.m. in the morning. I want to go to bed. I'm going to wake up early because I'm pretty sure I got an FM Premier League game. I haven't got complete confirmation from FM Poacher, but I will. That will be live on YouTube. I won't be uploading that until I wake up in the morning, so you guys probably won't see this episode till I'm currently live. But links in the description below as always. Come follow us on Twitch. Go follow us on Twitter. We did a 6-hour stream yesterday. We did a stream today. We got off because we're in such poor form. We were meant to go to bed at about 10 o'clock and just relax and have a nice night. Get up tomorrow and create the content and get on the stream. But we couldn't. We were freaking out. There were 4 points. And have you ever had a save? Let me know in the comments where it overrides your life and that you think about it so much that you must, that you have to play it. And that was me tonight with this. And I'm glad I did now. It was either I was going to go to bed really happy or really sad. But I'm really happy, really stoked with this. I'd love to be a bit more upbeat, but it is 1 o'clock in the morning and we have to be quite quiet for everybody else here. But thank you for watching episode 87. It's one of my favourite episodes so far because it was just so important, so clutch. It is the biggest episode of Bright Lights. In my mind, this was the thing. It's definitely the biggest episode in our Champions League history as well. And we have come through in flying colours and we've topped the freaking group of PSG and Porto after only having 4 points from 3 games. I will see you next time, episode 88, which will be the Man United game in 3 days' time and that Champions League group stage draw. But from Damon, from Sunderland, from Bright Lights, thank you for watching and goodbye.